Okay, we're gonna get this. There. That should be fine. So, hey replay, what's up? This is Lillian, my daughter.
Hello.
We were recording some footage for our YouTube channel. And when we do that, I don't know, I guess we get in the mood to record. So, she wanted to go live and talk about some of the stuff we were talking about. So,
and also,
hey, say hello when you come on, guys, so we can see you. If you do have any questions for Lillian, you can totally drop them in the comments. Oh, go ahead. She's very knowledgeable about CBD, so.
if you guys have any questions that you want me to answer, if I can answer them, I will. And just comment them.
And if you can't answer them,
I'll pass it to Mom.
oh. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Okay, so Lillian is 10 years old. She is in 5th grade. She's so smart, super smart. In our house, if you don't know, I am a cannabis advocate, CBD educator, so we are open in educating our children. And if you also don't know, my son Jack has a wonderful testimony to our CBD oil. So that's kind of what we were talking about in our video, and she wanted to go live and talk about it. Oh, you're adorable. Hey, so Jamie's sending you a present. It's gonna be awesome.
Do you know what it is?
I do. You're gonna love it. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you after the video, but it's so funny. Okay, so basically what we were talking about when we were recording the footage for YouTube, we just shared Jack's story. So we had talked about how when we lived in Illinois, we had started to become concerned for him, and then he was younger, right? So manifesting this anger and stuff. And then we moved to Utah and kind of getting him into school. We had other people saying, you know, something's not right here. So anyways, let's kind of talk about that. Jack's he's always been different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Different.
But different is good. Just
Different.
so you know.
Different is so good. But when he really started becoming aggressive as he got older. So last year in Utah, one of the big things that started happening was the stares. So he would get mad. Tell us what he would do. I guess a typical day, like if his brother took a toy from him.
So since we had 3 stories, there was a lot of stairs, by the way. And so they would always play cars, and like we had a railing, so they would like to like send the cars down the rail. And like if they would pick out their cars before, and if like Maddox would take it from him and be like, I'm gonna use this one, he would say, no you're not, and like take it away, and he would try to push him down the stairs, and me and her mom would have to be like, no don't, and grab him.
It was, so that is like the extreme. It got to that point, but I mean it was hitting, kicking, biting, punching,
Yelling, throwing,
spitting. I mean it was bad. And if you have went through getting a child diagnosed with special needs, and you know, especially I hear this a lot with the ADHD, you know, this is something that people go through. So anyways, we were like at our wits' end, weren't we? Because we're like he's gonna kill somebody, right? He's gonna push him down these stairs. It's been, I mean, you guys were like scared of him, right?
mm-hmm.
They would come running to me, you know, Jack's mad. You didn't want to make him mad because you didn't know
what he would do.
So I started the CBD oil this time last year for my pain, so my pain in my back. And within just a couple weeks, I was free of pain pills and was feeling so much better. But at that time is when we got called to that parent-teacher conference, and they started telling us, you know, he has some issues focusing, and you know, some anger issues. He has no empathy, you know, he has no interest in making friends, like all these things. It really like hit home with us, didn't it? So we're like, oh well, here's our little Jack, and we're like used to these things, but now other people, you know, and he has to integrate into this, you know, even with friends, right? Like even back then it was even harder, so hard for him to make friends. But we started the oil.
Mm-hmm. Can I see?
Yeah, go ahead.
And now like when he first started taking it, like
Oh, that's what gauge was.
like you could tell it was helping him step by step, like baby steps. But then
Yeah.
as we started taking it every single day, I think he was at like three drops, and he started. He was like a whole new person. Like
Yeah.
well, like
Yeah.
he still had his personality. Like it's Jack. He's funny. He likes soccer, stuff like that. But you could tell that he had changed, and like now that he's at 4 drops now, he takes it twice a day, and he like if like Maddox takes his car now, he's gonna like take a deep breath. Okay, I'm gonna go tell Mom, and he goes to Mom, and it's like, Mom, I'm mad, and
Yeah.
Mom will be like, okay, Maddox, you get this car, Jack, you get this car.
I mean, it's complete, like, it blew my mind. Like, I knew what it did for my pain, but then once I made the decision to give it to him, and it was a tough decision because any parent's gonna be like, I don't know about giving this to him. But through my research, I know cannabis has never killed anybody, and I knew that it was from hemp. So I knew it wasn't gonna get him high, it was legal, and I wanted to try it before I tried the dangerous medicine. And the school was like, we have to have something. Like, we can't, basically can't teach him like this. And then the next evaluation we went back to, she was like, oh, I'm glad you got him help, and whatever. And I guess they thought we medicated him. I'm not real sure because I didn't elaborate, but it was so different. Like, even the way he treats his parents, like he would yell no and I hate you and slam doors and hit people, and it was so far gone from anything that I thought my child would be, honestly. But when you have that behavior issue, it's more than just him being a brat. It's something inside that needed the help. So it's awesome. And like she said, he gets 4 drops under his tongue twice a day. It's super, super easy. Super easy. Shake it, get it in your dropper, and then drop it under the tongue. So we have 2 ingredients, CBD from hemp, and then the carrier is hemp seed oil. So no THC, it's not going to get you high. It is legal. It will ship to your door. And then another thing that Jack uses, and I showed on a video earlier, is that lotion back there. So sometimes he will have some eczema, and we'll put that on there, and it'll work. Oh, huge testimony. Thanks, Lillian. The meds were horrible for my daughter. Worst mistake of my life. CBD saved her life. Hey, Katie. Okay, so I hear that all the time, and I share these stories with her and my husband. She hears them. Matter of fact, someone messaged me earlier asking about kind of getting off the medicine with the CBD. I'm not a doctor, so we can't do those things. And Jack never had to be on medicine. So we're very blessed in that it worked. So when they wanted to give him medicine, when that was what they were suggesting, instead we tried this. So how did we get him to hold it under his tongue? Because he was, only 5 when we first started this. Do you remember what I did? Do you remember how much we started with?
Oh, so I think he started with 2 or 3.
No, we just started with 1.
Oh, yeah,
to
1.
get ready for the taste, right?
Yeah, and at first he was like, this isn't very good, Mommy, and he didn't like it at first.
Didn't like the taste.
But after a week or 2, he was like, oh, this isn't that bad. It's peppermint. And to get him to hold it under his tongue,
just practice over time. And I tell people this all the time because they're like, oh, I don't think my child will hold it under their tongue. Well, I just did that 1 drop because I didn't want to waste oil. And just over time, he learned to hold it under his tongue, and he knows it helps him, doesn't it? So, he'll tell us. I've heard him tell you before, I'm going to go get my oil, right? And
yeah, and at first, we would say, hold it 60 seconds for a minute.
Yeah.
Mom will tell you when you're good to swallow. And if, he didn't waste 60 seconds, then she would be like, okay, that's fine, we'll try again tomorrow.
Exactly.
It just takes practice. You just have to try again and let it go.
Well, and it's routine. routine for a child too. And at that age, and especially with the ADHD, routine is just hugely important. So now, when he is getting a little later in the day and he'll know like he needs to focus, or he'll start getting frustrated with you guys, I'll hear him say, I'm going to go tell mom it's time for my oil, or I'm going to go tell mom I miss my oil. So he knows that it helps him, and it's awesome. Gage lost so much weight on ADHD meds. Yeah, so that was the thing too. And if you've read my testimony in the testimony group, Jack was always failure to thrive. Let's talk about how skinny was he?
He was like
so
really skinny.
So skinny. He would never eat.
Mm-hmm.
He'd never eat. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry on from that. So when he was like 4 and 5, like when he was littler, he would like, if mom would give him something, he'd be like, I want cereal, and then he'd eat cereal, but like he would still eat the food he had to eat. But
we called him the scavenger, didn't we? Because he would go around like
scraps,
picking off people's plates.
And then when he started getting older, like 4 or 5, he was like, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. But this year he's been like really like exotic with trying new things.
He's hot sauce now.
Yes, he puts hot sauce on his ramen, and he used to be like really thin, like.
No, this is the kid, seriously, that entire first year of school, what did he take in his lunch every single day?
Peanut butter jelly.
Every day. Peanut butter and jelly on bread.
No, just peanut. Well,
he switched to peanut butter. Yeah, every single day. So I'm like telling his teacher, like, hey, we have more food, but this is like all he wants, like the same thing. And, he was just skinny, just failure to thrive his whole entire life. And then this last year on this, okay, go ahead.
And then this last year he started trying new things, and he's like, oh, I actually like this. And he's actually, like.
Don't go that far. He has no, like, extra.
No, like he has abs now. And
he
has
does.
A stomach.
Super healthy.
Like you can see it. He's healthy and good.
Super healthy. And I have that side by side in the testimony group too. So it has just been so amazing for him. And, thank you for wanting to come on here live and share. Again, if you're just hopping on, we were recording some footage for our YouTube channel, and she wanted to come live and share. So, is there anything we left out you wanted to tell?
Do you guys have any questions?
Any questions?
If you do, I can try to answer.
You can try to answer them. Okay, and if you do on the replay, leave them down there, and we will get them back to you. Hey, Holly, how are you? So, I think that about sums it up. 4 drops under the tongue. Twice a day. Let's talk about, you guys are doing great.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Lillian. Oh. I was going to talk about real quick, remember the time we ran out when our shipment got delayed?
Oh.
And so it wasn't super bad, but as far as sleeping, it's a lot harder to sleep, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then we also went to that store in Utah and bought that oil for like $125. Remember that? And then I got it home and it was clear, and I found out it didn't have THC in it. And then I look at it, not THC. We don't want THC in it. It didn't even have CBD in it. It had no CBD in it.
Is it just water?
I don't know. It was like just like hemp seed oil. I'm not even sure, but I remember I was on the live talking about it, and I was reading the ingredients, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got duped, because it was like $125. But anyways, it didn't help him, and we had to wait on our hemp work. So we definitely don't run out now, do we, sis?
No, like even
stockpiles.
Like when we have like a new bottle, like I go get the mail, and there's like 3 more. And I'm like, okay, we're not going to run out.
It's true. Okay, so I don't think I have anything else to say to you.
Mm-mm.
No? You have any questions? She'll answer them. You can leave them in the comments. She knows how to type pretty good now, don't you? All right. Well, what do we say? Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye, guys.